Your core energies today, Pisces, are your dreams need a practical plan and step out of your comfort zone. What we're seeing right here is that you have been wanting to achieve something. You have a dream, you have a goal, and you are wanting to really manifest this for you. But what's important right here is to understand what has been blocking you up to this point. There have been delays, there have been potentially obstacles along the way that did not really depend on you, that you couldn't control. But looking at where you are right now, this is one of those times instead in which you own full power when it comes to what this is going to be from here on out, okay? We see here that you need a plan, and we see what that plan should entail. There is something that you're not dealing with, something that you're avoiding, a conversation, a message, a phone call, and mainly because there has been some hurt and potentially ego kicked in. It's just hard to reach out again, hard to try something after seeing it failing, or after, if this is a person, after they have done something to us, potentially yelled at us, something that was really painful and also humiliating for some of you. It's hard to go back to that when you have been just punched in the face. You have definitely not got what you thought you deserve, and you got the opposite. So how do I overcome this moment of stagnation when it's so hard to reach out and connect again? Now, this could be you needing to reach out or needing to get out of your comfort zone, or it could be the other person. But overall, there is a need here to revisit the situation because emotionally, it's not over yet at all. Now, step out of your comfort zone. And we said it. There is a need, definitely a need, to do something that does not feel good, but that it's needed to do right now. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love, in life, and just caring about yourself more than you have in the past. In the past, I just see you, Pisces, caring about what the other person is going to feel, what they are going to go through if you do or say a certain thing. Your concerns are always going outwards instead of sometimes just worrying about what's good for you and not always having to give so much when perhaps some people give back to you so little. So that is actually something that you need to learn. And surprisingly, it is out of your comfort zone because you're used to do things this way. And so right now, potentially setting boundaries or just making healthy choices for you, not for the other people, it's something that makes you feel a little the wanderer, a little, I don't know how to do this. Should I do it this way? Should I do it that way? It's just going to make you feel a little lost, but you will learn. You have the power to learn. And that is going to be the main thing here, that it's going to change the direction and outcome of the situation, okay? So these are the core energies. Let's unpack them. Let's see what all of this is about. All right, the main energy for the reading, the sun, which is surprising to me too, because I haven't felt this at all. I mean, everything that we've talked about so far feels pretty heavy, pretty dark. And in fact, we do have the moon as well. But the sun as the main energy trumps all the other cards. And it's just telling you, hey, whatever this is temporary. Don't feel like this is the end of the chapter. This is the end of the road. This is just a bump in the road. And where you're headed towards, it's actually a beautiful outcome where everything will feel aligned once again, where all the worries and disappointments are going to be gone for good, by the way, not just temporarily, okay? So this sun energy outcome could be manifested. For some of you will be manifested with the same person, some other of you instead, step out of your comfort zone, and you will feel so good that you will never come back to this, okay? We'll see what that's going to be about, but it's going to change for each one of you. First of all, we see here the moon and the 10 of wands underneath taking action, underneath making a practical plan. So the main problem that I see here is not knowing how the other person might potentially react, if they're going to even reply, what is going to happen on the other end of the picture. And with the moon, whoever I'm talking to, whether it's Pisces or the cross watcher, we see that it's time to let go of the fears and just go for it, even not knowing what's going to happen next, okay? And especially realizing, hey, do you care about this person? Do you care about this connection enough to take a risk and to fail? Because if you try to wait for the right moment, wait for the right time to send a message, to reach out, you will end up spending all of your time waiting, and you'll never take action, because there is always a reason to postpone things. Always. And eventually we need to man up and just go for it, even if it means that we're going to fail, okay? Also, what I see here with the 10 of wands is a lot of weight and burdens from something that might have happened in the past. There is just fatigue when it comes to this, because maybe this is not even the first time that this has happened, right? And so the more something like this happens, the less likely you are to feel as though this time is going to be the last time, okay? But at the same time, if you care about this, you have to try. You have to go for this before it's really too late. And as far as the person the person who receives this, let's say Pisces in this case, if this person is coming in, make sure to not take responsibility for their own mistakes, okay? That's not a burden for you to carry. Please don't do that to yourself, because as we've seen, you have the tendency to do that, Pisces. What is going on? I mean, I understand caring for somebody and wanting to see them being happy, but if their happiness brings you unhappiness, no, that's not all right. You know what they say usually when you are on the plane and they tell you what to do in case of an emergency. They always say, hey, if the masks come down, before helping anybody around you, put that mask on you first. It's simple. It's a simple concept, isn't it? If you don't have air to breathe, how can you help somebody else? And that is exactly what we're seeing right here, Pisces. Your main lesson for this specific time frame. It's important. Please learn that, and you'll see how things will change. Yeah. Maybe at first, with that moon energy, with that crow energy as well, you will feel a little lonely, because that's what happens when you create boundaries and you start saying no. Yeah, some people will distance themselves, or you will feel like things are happening slower. But at the same time, the things that are happening and the people that are not distancing themselves from you, those are the ones who are really worth keeping. So don't work harder, work smarter. Sometimes it's best to do less and to show less, so that we just really keep the people who also do the same work for us, okay? Now, step out of your comfort zone. Ace of Wands, High Priestess. I mean, it's clear that somebody here eventually is going to make a move. At first, I had some doubts about it because of the first few energies right here. But we see how the Ace of Wands brings a message, brings something that will reveal information and intentions as well with this High Priestess right next to it. There is something that will bring passion and excitement to you, Pisces, but at the same time, make sure to make healthy choices, because it is going to come in and it is going to maybe give you that short-term satisfaction, but you need to go deep into your intuition, understanding what is important for you, okay? What I like about the High Priestess is that inner peace that comes just from the fact that you really focus on the present. You don't focus anymore on what did this person say in the past and how did I respond, or what is going to happen in the future and how is that going to evolve. No, just be in the present, see what it's given to you by this person, by the world, by anything, and just deal with that. Stop living in other in the past or in the future. Just live in the present, and oh my God, you're going to see major results pretty quickly, actually, from what I see here. So that is also a very important lesson. But obviously, this Ace of Wands, it's going to bring a lot of passion. I just see that all of this, Pisces, has happened for a very good reason. This is almost like a tower moment, which the crow reminded me of, something that needed to happen so that you could see things for what they really are. Because with this moon energy over here, you have been living a illusion a little bit, let's be honest. And you were telling yourself lies or deceiving yourself, therefore manifesting this type of outcome as well. And what I love the most is to show people what they might have allowed to happen or what they might have done wrong, because that, at the end of the day, is the only thing that you can really control. And it's beautiful when there is something you can control in the situation so that you can change the direction. And all of this is about Pisces changing their direction in life, not just when it comes to the situation, because this is a reflection of something deeper within you, okay? And it's important for you to understand that even if this felt like a loss, it's not going to end up as a loss. It's going to enrich you. And the reason why I say that is because Five of Pentacles over here, I see you just looking at the past because you're currently just living permanently in the past or in the future, not in the present. And you think to yourself, you know, life seems sometimes like nothing more than a series of losses from beginning to end. And although you might feel in that way, don't forget that what's important is that whether that's true or not, how you respond to those losses, what you make of them, is what determines your future. And again, we're talking about things you are in control of. So this is coming in. Your main message today is there is something coming in which will give you the opportunity to shift your life and to finally place yourself in a situation where you can experience that happiness, which is going to be long-term happiness. What are you going to do with it, Pisces? Are you going to go for it? Or are you going to never step out of your comfort zone, stay within a situation that feels familiar to you, even though it doesn't make you happy? What are you going to do? Or are you going to move forward, take a risk, do something that feels crazy, but that will take you there with that sun energy over there, to that sun energy over there? So I do believe that this is a beautiful message for you today. Easy? No, but beautiful nevertheless. Now, let's get to part 2 of the reading, where we're going to look at the evolution of the situation in the future. Let's see if there is anything from this person, from the other end of the situation, that you should know about. Let's read into their energy, but especially let's see what this Ace of Wands is, what comes in, and how to get from this to this, the Sun energy. How is your life going to change in the next 12 months, given what we have talked about so far? Let's see how everything could change. Also, let's see if there is anything unexpected coming your way and messages from your future self. Plenty of things to look into. If you want to watch part 2 of the video, you can find the link down below in the description box. Also, if you need a personal reading with me, don't forget that every Monday morning and Wednesday morning, I select people who have watched part 2 of the video to offer them a 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. You can find more details in the description below. Now, stay tuned for the upcoming preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to part 2 of the reading, Pisces. Oh my God, the bridging energy taking us from this current frustrating situation to the incoming events. It's something beautiful. We did have the Queen of Wands first, the Star, and the Lovers. You know, many times we just have the tendency to focus on everything that it's not working out around us in our environment. And we don't realize that to make shifts outside of us, we need to make shifts within us first. And this is the perfect representation of that, the perfect example. Because right now, when you treat yourself like the Queen of Wands, wishes come true, and the perfect opportunities, people align to you, come towards you, and your life changes. Very simply, your life changes. So what is this Queen of Wands? The Queen of Wands is definitely an energy that talks about feeling confident, knowing your worth, treating yourself like a star, literally, so that you know how beautiful and precious you are without having to wait for validation or other people to confirm that to you. It's very important that you step into this energy in order to get where you belong, which is this, is absolutely this. We have wishes coming true, and we have something or someone coming in, which will make you reevaluate everything in your life, everything you went through up to this point, and where you're going towards in the future. Very, very exciting. It's very, very exciting what's coming towards you, Pisces. So let's look into it. Let's immediately look into this energy and see what all of this is going to be about in the short term, and then we'll look in the long term as well. Does it surprise me to see the Fool right there? Not at all. Oops. All right. Right here we have actually beautiful cards and a beautiful message within these 3 cards combination. What we see is